I ain't gonna hold you, this is a little nuts. After all Troy Ave did, took the stand, said the streets was a myth, said everything Casanova and Taxstone did against him that night, allegedly, it's now being said that Troy Ave still has to go to prison. That's crazy. Like, are you not in mad danger now? You snitched, you took the stand. I'm not saying he did the right thing, I'm not saying he did the wrong thing. All I'm saying is, isn't that make it more dangerous now, the fact that you have to go to prison? Like, that just sounds crazy. Let's see what more information we can find about this. Troy Ave speaks on having to go to jail, gives graphic details of Taxstone's shooting.
Troy Ave might have helped the court give Taxstone a guilty verdict for manslaughter for shooting his entourage back in 2016, but he still has to go to jail on attempted murder and weapon possession charges. Moreover, he recently took to Instagram to voice his frustrations. And would you believe, after all the evidence, I still gotta go to jail? He wrote, even though I feel like it's self-defense, even though I feel like my friends shoulda took some of the weight off my shoulders, but regardless of all that, I'ma take whatever comes with this, with my chin up and 10 toes down. I hope y'all use me as an example and learn from my mistakes. Furthermore, Troy Ave also recently spoke to Nick Cannon on his new show The Daily Cannon. During their conversation, he gave an incredibly detailed account of how the Irving Plaza shooting went down. For those unaware, Taxstone shot and killed Dave's bodyguard Ronald Bonga McFadder after a dispute broke out. After years of incarceration, delayed trials, and lengthy proceedings, the court found Taxstone guilty of the crime. Now, a New York rapper told the show host a graphic testimony of that day's events.
Crazy. I thought for sure you would at least make sure that's in your deal. Like, if I'm a snitch, make it this public, take the stand, drop a mixtape. You drop the mixtape, hater, you're mad out. Hater, you mad I won. Hater, I won. And you still gotta go to prison. Like, nah, you kinda won. You kinda won. Like, is that really a win? Like, I don't know. I don't really consider that a dub fully. Like, you still gotta go to prison. That's the craziest deal I ever heard of in my life. Troy Ave reflects on having to do prison time for Taxstone shooting case. Why are you mad and shocked? I feel like that's some shit you should have worked out in your deal before anything. Like, before I need that shit on writing, I am not going to prison. I need that on writing before I say a single word. Troy Ave posted pre-sentencing today. Y'all pray for me. Free Troy Ave. And would you believe, after all the evidence, I still gotta go to jail? Sadly. Even though I feel like it's self-defense, even though I feel like my friend should have took some of the weights off my shoulders, that ain't the reality. The reality is, in NY, we don't have a traditional self-defense. The reality is, I'm charged with attempted murder. I'm the person who shot a bunch of innocent people, attempted to murder me, and then killed the real one, R.I.P. Banga. I'm charged with possession of his weapon. Allegedly, I believe he's speaking about Taxstone. The reality is, my friend who were in the car were only there for good times. They weren't for the bad times. They weren't down to take a gun charge while I took attempted murder and weapon possession. That when the concept of team became a myth, that's when I realized the streets is a myth. But regardless of all, I'm gonna take whatever comes with that. This with my chin up and 10 toes down. I hope y'all use me as an example and learn from my mistakes, so you or your people don't make the same ones. Everybody claims they're real until they are put in a situation. Don't ride for people that's riding just with you and not willing to ride for you. And I believe he's taking shots at his friend that was in a couple songs. I forgot exactly who the artist was, but he said he featured him in a couple songs. I saw him talk about it before, and he wanted him to take the gun charge. He said, I'll even take the attempted murder, it's fine, just take the gun charge. The guy was like, hell no, we won't go, brother. I ain't taking no charge, brother. I ain't taking no charge. And that's why he's mad. My father always told me, you can pray for friends to do all this shit, but it's always fun and games when everybody's there having a good time. Bread is being broken. You'll see who your real friends are when you're going through a hard time, not when you're at your highest. When you're at your highest, everyone's gonna be your friend. When you're at your lowest and the one standing around you still trying to big you up and shit, those are really your friends. So stuff like this doesn't really shock me. It looks like there's some more words from Troy Ave.
If I'm all die fighting. Troy Ave began. I'm not just gone beyond the floor like, oh, I'm hit, and let the person that shot me and my man get away. Like F star K it. We all gone die in this BH then. Now we fighting for the gun and S star T. He starts squeezing those shots. I'm biting the end on his neck. He's biting my forearm. I managed to get more control of the gun than him.
Freaky.
I just start pistol whipping him. I turn around to make sure everyone I came in with is good. We leave out the room, and this is the part they showed on the media. This is the part that made it look like Troy Ave came into a club recklessly and started shooting.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm biting that nigga on his neck. Hey, yo. Like, if you just heard that, that's some super some freaky bullshit going on right there. That's some crazy shit going on right there. That's really survival of the fittest, brother. You ready to give this man a hickey to make it to the next day. That's crazy.
What people don't realize is I was coming out of a VIP room where I was attacked and I was shot. When I'm shooting is when I see him, he concluded. The feud between him and Taxstone has lasted 7 years now and hasn't gotten any prettier. You can hear the MC speak for himself down below. For more news and updates on Troy Ave, Be sure to check back in with HNHH.
This just reminds me of the whole K Flock case. Like, everybody's like, he's good, brother. The nigga had his hand on a gun. He was gonna make it home the next day. I think the Rico case really screwed K Flock, but I still believe he would have sat and done some time. Yes, he would have got time served, so he probably would have got out with like house arrest or something, but I don't think he would have got away scot-free. The state of New York does not believe in traditional, they try to kill you, you can kill them. Like, bro, it's crazy. New York, you gotta get shot to shoot somebody back. Like, you gotta get shot. And then if you get shot, you can then shoot somebody back. Like, what? He gotta come and aim a gun at you. And if he aims a gun at you, you gotta clean knees with him and shoot him quicker. Like, this is crazy. Now, if you're in different states like Florida, Texas, I believe Troy Ave would have gotten out guilty. He would have got self-defense, and I believe the same thing for Flock. I would believe both of them would have made it home, and I believe both of them would have been self-defense. The thing is where they were at. They were in New York City. New York City does not play no games like that. It's crazy. I don't even understand why. Like, even self-defense, that should be part of our First Amendment. I completely do not understand how New York decides on these kind of cases, but as you guys can see from Troy Ave, it looks like they don't really ever stand on the side of self-defense.
If I'ma die fighting. I'm not just gonna be on the floor, oh, I'm hitting, let the person that shot me and shot my man get away. Like, fuck it, we all gonna die in this bitch thing. Now we fighting for the gun and shit. He starts squeezing, bam, 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 squeezing no shots. I'm biting a nigga on his neck, he's biting my forearm. I managed to get like more control of the gun to him. Now I just start pistol whipping him. So he still got his hand on the top of the gun, and I'm like, bang, bang, I'm pulling it down, like cracking his skull with the shit. I turn around real quick and I look to make sure that everybody I came in with is good. There was a lot of shots. You leave out the room. Now, this is the part that they showed on the media. Yeah. This is the part that made it look like Troy Ave just came into a club recklessly and started shooting. Which people didn't realize is I was coming out of a VIP room where I was attacked and I was shot. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now when I'm shooting is when I see him.
That's nuts, bro. This case is insane. Is there anything that shows Troy Ave promised 1 year in prison for testifying against Taxstone? So I guess he's only doing 1 year. So how much time would he have got if he didn't take the stand? I do wonder that. How much time do you think Troy Ave would have got if he never would have took the stand? I do wonder that. I'll continue to do my best to update you guys with this. Anything that I see from Troy Ave, let's see if he posted anything on YouTube about this.
This boy posted up a whole hour.
Oh, famous. It's like, look.
Oh, it's part of his podcast.
People talk about all kind of different shit out here.
All right, cool. So he's still posting this. Literally. Posted this 2 days ago.
Pray for the best for everyone involved in the situation. I was fans of both. I wasn't fans of just one. I was fans of Troy Ave. Everyone knew I loved tax season. I really liked Taxstone. One of the dudes that really got me into podcasts from the beginning, him and Joe. And it's just crazy to see where Tax ended. It'd be cool if they had like a program in prison. I don't want to be funny or some shit, but where he could still podcast and create content inside to help his family. That would be fire, but I don't think that would be. I don't think that's in his future. But all we could do is pray. God bless everyone involved in this